Hey, you. Yeah, you. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast?
We're two busy moms and boss ladies. If we can do it, you can too. When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show into all the apps people like to listen to? How do we make money from a podcast?
The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join us in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor.
That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast. You're listening to Boss Ladies and Babies.
Business Blab.
We're taking off our mom hats and letting our entrepreneurial side show.
So grab a notebook and give yourself a bossy timeout. Welcome back to Business Blab. This is Mickey.
And this is Megan. Hello, hello. This week for our Business Blab, we're talking a little bit about social media. So as we all know, social media can start to feel overwhelming and cause stress and panic for even the most organized business owners. Mickey and I were just talking about that overwhelming feeling. It seems like every day something new comes up. A new app, hello Clubhouse, a change to the algorithm, new features, and it's hard to know how to keep up or what we actually should be doing. So I'm here to remind you that you do not have to do it all. And the more you try to overextend yourself to keep up, the harder it's going to be for you. So take a step back. Remember, social media is meant to be social. And honestly, it's supposed to be fun. So here are some tips on how to reel, pun intended, it back in.
So don't look at what everyone else is doing. Market research is great, but if you watching everyone starts to make you feel down on all the things that you're not doing, take a step back. Tune out what's happening around you and get back to you. What feels right to you? What do you enjoy doing? What platform do you actually like spending your time on? This is a great place to start.
And then also spend time around your audience. So if you've been listening for a while, you know we are big on finding your target audience and your ICA and the power that that has over your business. You should know what platforms your target audience and ICA are spending their time on and what type of content they actually enjoy consuming. So make sure that what they like is in line at least somewhat with what Mickey just mentioned above, and then dedicate your time on the platforms with the content that is going to be the most impactful to your audience. This may mean you spend a majority of your time on only one or two platforms, and that's okay. I honestly spend most of my time on Instagram and Clubhouse because those are the two platforms where my ICA is always hanging out. I, auto post to Facebook from my Instagram. I don't care about Twitter. LinkedIn is a whole nother story. I know where my people are and where I like spending time, and I've made sure that they've meshed together to make things a lot more enjoyable for me.
Yeah. So think quality over quantity. Social media platforms are very specific about their ideal amount of posting from their users. And I'm not even going to tell you what Instagram expects from us. It's not realistic. But another thing platforms are picky about is your consistency. So I think consistency may be our most used word, but it's seriously so important. Even if you can't do all the things the platforms want you to do or keep up with everyone else, you can do the things you choose extremely well and consistent. Maybe you only post one reel a week. That's better than posting one reel every day for a week and then nothing for months. So keep your audience, the algorithms, and yourself happy by committing to being intentional and posting quality content consistently.
And then don't just focus on posting alone. You want to make time to engage. Now, listen closely. This is big. Seriously, listen to this. If you aren't taking time to engage on your platforms, you are wasting your time and your energy. So like we said before, social media is meant to be social. You cannot just show up, post, and then walk away and expect big things to happen. You have to put into the work put in the work. You have to be social, and you have to grow some dang connections. You must use some of your energy towards social media every single day to engage with other people and their accounts. I personally have a hard time with this, and I just like to show up, throw my post out there, write an amazing caption, and walk away hoping that it will stick. But it doesn't work when you aren't putting the work back in. So what I like to do is block out about 15 to 20 minutes every time I post to go through and like, save, and comment on other accounts that I enjoy following. The save feature is one of the best engagement pieces that you can do for someone else. It's just that little icon at the bottom of the picture. You just click it to save it. And that's actually more important to the algorithm than doing a like or even a comment. So it just takes a couple of seconds to literally click the like, click the save, or write a quick comment about what drew you to that picture or made you stop scrolling. And so I like to block out, like I said, 15 to 20 minutes to do this after every time I post. And this is really, really big and important. So if you only change one thing with your habits on social media, this is what you should do.
I'm really glad you brought up the save thing because I didn't know what that was for a long time. I'm like, what's this little icon down here? I feel like it's so important, but a lot of people don't know about it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, and engagement groups, a lot of people think that these are the best ways to grow your engagement. And we can do a whole nother episode about why engagement groups actually aren't really helping you, and they might actually be hurting you a little bit, but we'll get into that another day. So don't look for the easy way out by joining a group who's just going to like all your stuff. You really want to make sure that you're going through and liking, commenting, saving posts and people that you enjoy consuming their content.
So next, experiment. So you may not know what you like or what is working for your business, but it doesn't hurt to try everything. Don't put yourself in a box. You may find the next new thing is better, easier, or more in line with your mission than what you're used to. You may also try something and absolutely hate it, like Megan with LinkedIn, but at least you gave it a go.
Yeah, LinkedIn is not my jam. I've heard great things about LinkedIn, and maybe one day it will be. And, I could experiment with it a little bit more, but LinkedIn, Twitter, those are two platforms that I just can't get into. And I decided to release that pressure and not worry about not getting into those platforms because I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm seeing progress from where I'm at, and that's what's most important. And so the last tip that we have for you is to set boundaries. So make sure you block out time to use your social media for work and try to stay focused on the task that you're doing. As we're all well aware, social media can be a total time suck and take complete control of our lives. It's actually addicting. I mean, we know that it's addicting. How many of us are addicted to our phones? And it's so easy to lose hours of time mindlessly scrolling. Make sure your social media time is productive and positive. Because if we're just mindlessly scrolling and comparing ourselves and consuming content that's making us feel bad about ourselves and not doing anything productive, we're wasting our time. And know when to walk away. I'm talking to you 2 a.m. TikTokers. Walk away, put the phone down, set boundaries, and don't let it take your life over.
At the end of the day, social media is a really important part of our businesses, but it doesn't have to consume all of our energy. So take some of the power away from it and your control back by creating a clear strategy that works for you. And remember, just have fun with it.
Yep. That's about all we're going to dig into for social media today. It is a big topic. It's a beast. But if you look at it just smaller pieces at a time and how much energy you are going to put into it, you can really make it a little bit more easy to deal with, beneficial for your life, and just make it fun, like we just said. So that's all we have for you this week. And until next time, stay bossy.
Thank you for listening to Boss Ladies and Babies. If you like this episode, be sure to rate, review, and leave us some feedback.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and join the conversation in our Facebook group at Boss Ladies and Babies.
And until next time,
stay bossy.